In March 2004, the government of Ghana, with funding from the World Bank, launched the third component of the Ghana Education Sector project called the Teaching and Learning Innovation Fund, otherwise known as TALIF. Designed as a medium-term instrument of tertiary education policy, TALIF had the objectives to raise the quality of tertiary-level teaching and learning, sharpen the relevance and skills content of technical education, improve the efficiency by which polytechnics, universities, and system supervisory institutions manage their academic programs. Through the combined effect of these, open greater access to tertiary-level academic education and also tackle the problems of HIV/AIDS by assisting institutions to develop institutional policy and framework for managing HIV/AIDS on the campuses. The main stage where this film takes place is the School of Public Health of the University of Ghana. The mission of the school is to train public health practitioners to meet the public health needs of their communities in particular and of Africa in general. Some of the many strategic issues of the school and the College of Health Sciences as a whole relevant to TALIF are professionalization of human resource development and tackling the HIV/AIDS pandemic. The college has the particular interest of exploiting and promoting unique competences and capabilities in relation to HIV/AIDS in Ghana. The last objective of the government of Ghana's laudable TALIF initiative reads, to tackle the problems of HIV/AIDS by assisting institutions to develop institutional policy and framework for managing HIV/AIDS on the campuses. It is this last objective that inspired a group of researchers from the School of Public Health of the University of Ghana to compete for these TALIF grants. They won 4 of them. This documentary, however, focuses on 2, namely reduction of HIV transmission and severity of malaria in mother-to-child transmission of HIV, establishment of HIV Interactive Educational and Development Center. Like most projects, it began as a conversation among people with the passion for doing their bit to change the world.
I was in the process of writing an NIH grant, National Institutes of Health grant, looking at HIV amongst university students. And so Professor Kwachi suggested that we got together and co-wrote that particular grant so that we could bring in the School of Public Health, which I thought was a great idea.
We all felt we had a common interest in HIV/AIDS. I felt malaria was the most important disease in the world, and they thought HIV. So between the two, and the two existed in the country, so what better than to look at HIV on AIDS, and then other things.
But then in speaking with Professor Kojo Sena and realizing that the social aspects of HIV were not really well understood within the university campus setting, we thought that we would do well to perhaps institute some kind of research program within the School of Public Health for any graduate students that we felt were interested and who clearly showed capacity and intelligence.
The multidisciplinary nature of the project, coupled with the need to make these dreams come true, meant opening the idea up to accommodate more. The institutions that got together as a result thus included the School of Public Health, the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research, the Sociology Department, and the Department of Nutrition and Food Science, all of the University of Ghana. Out of these institutions were personalities who rose to the occasion to ensure that their bit was done. They included Professor Kojo Sena of the Sociology Department of the University of Ghana.
The project we are talking about has to do with HIV/AIDS. And HIV/AIDS, yes, is a health problem, but it's also a behavioral problem. So a sociologist must be involved in the project so as to complement the effort of public health practitioners.
Others included Dr. William Ampofo of the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research, Legon. As a virologist and HIV expert, he contributed significantly to the implementation of all the objectives of the projects. Professor Valerie P. Mann, with almost 30 years' work in executive administration, capacity building and development, especially in the HIV/AIDS movement in the United States, contributed integrally to the conceptualization and implementation of the second project. Doctors Pasmo Kranche of the School of Public Health and Bruce Owusu of the Nutrition Department as co-investigators on both projects